Turning to the right, France's far-right party, the National Rally, is leading in the first round of parliamentary elections in the country, delivering a crushing blow to French President Emmanuel Macron's Central Alliance. In Sunday's election, the National Rally, the nationalist anti-immigration party, received a third of the overall vote. They were in first place, followed by the center-left New Popular Front coalition, which came in second, and then Macron's centrist alliance came in third. So the right was in first place, then the left, then the center Macron party. These results confirmed that the right, which has not seen a government in France since World War II, far right, is no longer on the fringes of French politics at all. Now, the second round of voting will take place next Sunday, July 7th.
Polling projections suggest the National Rally will have the most seats in the next National Assembly, the lower house of the French Parliament, but it is unclear whether it will receive an absolute majority of 289 of the 577 seats, according to the Associated Press. Supporters of the National Rally, including the party's former presidential candidate Marine Le Pen, were ecstatic over these results. Demonstrators on the other side of the aisle took to the streets in Paris yesterday, protesting a likely far-right takeover in the French government.
Yeah, more than protesting, there was some property destruction in a lot of places as rioting commenced following this result. So it could still be the case that Macron's coalition and the progressive left parties that came in second place are able to form some kind of agreement to have Macron, or I guess someone else in that coalition, retain power. So it's not over for Macron by any stretch of the imagination. However, this is how a parliamentary system works. There's actual vote trading and coalition. Imagine if that were possible. It's not just a absolute winner-take-all binary that we enjoy here in America. But as for now, the right was winning, which is, I think, a really stunning rebuke of the kind of centrist sort of government that has dominated in France and in Germany and in the UK and other European places, are really reeling from the fact that the people are dissatisfied with whatever ideology you want to call it, centrism, neoliberalism, the globalism, cosmopolitanism. There is a sense among the people of Europe that these policies are not working.
It's more than just the policies, right? It's a sense of identity that feels under threat, and part of what right-wing movements do around the world, here in the United States, elsewhere, is say, they make an identity that is very much limited. And there's an us and them version of it, right? There's, we are French, and you are not. You, who keep coming in, are to blame for our inability to figure out how we want to do our socialist system, right, over there. Mm-hmm. They have aging populations. Oh, we have one of those too, that are challenging their ability to provide things like their version of healthcare. Similarly, how our healthcare system here and Social Security, I guess, as the thing that people can rely on as they're aging. Social Security is going to be bankrupt because it was designed to help an older generation off of the backs of the labor of a younger generation, right? And that is just not sustainable over time. And that's the policy piece, right? That needs to be negotiated, figured out, and sorted out. And when it was done by Ronald Reagan and Tip O'Neill, and they figured out a medium-term compromise, they did it in a bipartisan way, bucking what their parties had wanted to do and their party's ideological line. So this moment does not bring forward that type of bipartisan, let's work together on policy. What moments like this internationally bring forward are these concerns about who you are and how your life's going to be in this economic environment for an entire generation. We're seeing all of these massive upheavals globally, and some people find it politically advantageous to turn that into a fear-based rather than a coalition-based argument of how you should live as a society. So I say this because what makes Marine Le Pen far right and of concern to so many people and resulting in the protests that you're seeing is so much of Germany and France and these parts of Europe have relied on migrant labor, educated migrant labor specifically in Germany, but that is also then challenging their sense of, well, who do you welcome into the country? Who are you? Like, how do you do immigration? And Marine Le Pen's answer is, French, if you are French, you have to be white, you have to be Christian and you cannot be an immigrant.